Yeah.
To the AZ Wildcats podcast. This is brought to you today by Branded Bills. Elevate your brand with Branded Bills, the perfect headwear and apparel. Use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. Hello, Jason Shearer. How are you doing today?
Splendid, Michael. How are you?
All right, well, we got a lot of Arizona football to get to. We're going to talk some Arizona basketball as well. But first, we need to talk about what happened against Texas Tech. This was a game in Arizona that the defense played spectacular. Offensively, got a lot of yards. Were not able to get any points really out of those. What were your initial thoughts? Then we're going to get to the clip that Brent Brennan said that I think is that you asked as well, that I thought was a fairly interesting point.
Yeah, I just think, in Arizona was on the Texas Tech side of the field 13 times and scored one touchdown. I think that pretty much sums up the entire game, is the fact that you put together this really masterful defensive performance against a very, very good offensive team, and you've got nothing to show for it. The offense looked more broken than it has at any point this season.
Okay, now, Shane, if we have the clip of Brent Brennan being asked about a comment he made after the game about how, everybody was moving in the wrong direction. Here's what Brent Brennan had to say.
Oh, everybody. And yeah, there was, what I would say just too many missed assignments or, improper technique at the point of attack.
Okay. We are halfway through the season. How is everybody moving in the wrong direction still?
I think the point that he's going for is basically guys are missing assignments, and then because of that, they're trying to overcompensate. And you know what? Like, sometimes you watch an NFL guy and, the guy's going the wrong way because he misses an assignment. I don't like the fact that the answer is everybody is missing assignments. Like receivers should not be running the wrong way. Pulling guards should not be running the wrong way. Like, it should be one or two plays a game. And I think you can live with that, where guys just are missing their assignments and it looks like they went the wrong way because they didn't make the correct read or whatever it may be. If Arizona has wide receiver option routes, maybe they don't go the right way and read the defense correctly. That's a little easier to live with. The idea that O-linemen and running backs and offensive linemen are running the wrong way I almost credit Brennan for admitting it. It's that wild.
I give him credit for admitting it, but that's a problem. That is a massive problem that we are this far into the season. And that's kind of where I'm at with this too. Everything just kind of seems haphazard. Now, Duane Akina is the man. We're going to get to Duane Akina here in a minute. But everything offensively just kind of feels haphazard. There's no identity. They still move super, super slow. There'll be plays that are just incredibly predictable. It just doesn't seem like it seems like it's kind of they're flying by the seat of their pants. I don't like it.
I think Arizona's coaching staff is overthinking things. And I think a good example is like against Tech, they were subbing in and out offensive linemen, and then they were making more subs. And like, they literally have completely different personnel for completely different plays, as opposed to just playing football. Like, it's really like, I got to think there's very few teams in the country that rotate on the offensive line more than Arizona. And I get it if you want to keep them fresh, but like, it just, there's some rotations that don't make sense. Like, go get a yard, line up, put Noah behind quarterback, hand the ball off, and go get a yard. Like, they're thinking to the point where there's two plays where Caden Luke was on the field, and they ran away from Caden Luke. Why is Caden Luke on the field if you're not using him as a blocker? What's the point?
Lost Highway says, and I agree with this, throwing multiple red zone fades is the opposite of overthinking. It's brain dead. Yes, I agree with that. They need to stop the fade, and especially the fade to Montana, although it was only once. But again, that was never going to work.
Cooked, Mike. Montana cooked. I think fades, I've said this before, I think the fade route is stupid on all accounts. In college football, it can work with the right guys in the NFL. College football fade routes are successful like 2% of the time? If they just don't work.
Let me ask you this, Sheer. On a scale of 1 to 10 on the offensive side of the football, with 10 being the utmost confidence, 0 being the least amount of confidence, what is your confidence level that this offensive staff is going to get this fixed?
Oh, a 4. I think this is a systematic issue. I think it is a systematic issue. I don't think it is a play calling issue or a personnel issue. I think this offensive playbook needs to be thrown out, and they need to figure out, like, there's no correlation between personnel and offense. It feels like they're running an offense for personnel they don't have.
Yes. Okay, so you're going 4 though. That's actually higher than I would.
It's a little high. I'm an optimist, Mike.
Do you want to revisit that? Do you want to say lower?
No, see, here's what's going to happen. I got this already planned out. Arizona's going to score 27 points on Saturday against BYU. The offense is going to look real good. They're going to dominate the time of possession. Defense is going to look great. They're going to beat BYU. I'm just going to go on record now.
All right.
Now,
Now,
oh my God, the offense is fixed. Arizona offense is back. They're going to score 13 points against Colorado.
okay, yes, that's what we do. That is how we cook around here. But all right, now a couple things first, and then we're going to get to some of the player personnel. A couple things. First of all, Joseph, I admitted it on the postgame show. Jeremiah Patterson, listen, if he does break out, then we'll still claim credit. But the agenda for me is dead at this point. I will not keep pushing Jeremiah Patterson. Sheer, I am giving you a graceful landing. Will you take this?
Yeah, I already told you on the phone. Like, I'm out on everyone. So that's like, you're like, are you out? Before you would finish, I go, yeah, yes, I am out.
Yes.
And now, because we're both out, he'll play well on Saturday, and we'll say that we motivate, and this was all by design. I'm not in on any receiver. I'm not even in on T-Mac right now.
All right, let's talk about T-Mac for a second. Here, the fumble, people are saying that harms his legacy. No, it doesn't.
No, that's a great play. I give the defender all the credit on that play.
Those people those people saying that are total boneheads. And sorry if anybody out there is saying it, that is a stupid take. There are a few things, though, about T-Mac that I do not get right now. You've got to stop the one-handed stuff. It's cool. We know you can do it. That's crap. You've got to stop doing it. It's awesome. It looks cool. But there have been way too many times this year where he's been able to go up and catch the ball with 2 hands and he's just trying to one-handed. Stop doing that. That is my first complaint, Jason Shearer.
Yep, completely agree. That's what I was referring to. We have 2 complaints. They're both the same ones. Just go up and catch the football, dude.
Period. Now, the other one, too, Mr. Tyler Warden, T-Mac's attitude is the worst part of his game right now. That is the part to me that is surprising. And Shear said, well, I just chalk it up to wide receivers. Shear's wrong on that. Because when you're talking about wide receivers, though, this has also been a guy that's generally been a pretty quiet dude. The body language is awful. I don't know what else to say, but his body language is not good, Shear.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, he's complaining a lot. He's frustrated. And I get frustration. And I've said this to you before. All good wide receivers are divas, pretty much. Like, there's very few that aren't. You watch Tyreek Hill. He's screaming at everyone. Like, there's very few. But this is more than that. Like, this is a kind of a situation where it feels like his frustration is carrying over. And, like, even the missed block by Conley a few weeks ago, I get it was a missed block. I don't need T-Mac just chewing them up, you know, like it was kind of a weird.
Let me ask you this. Do these players have, when it comes to, and you tweeted this out, or maybe you didn't tweet it out, but maybe you texted it to me. If you have a player that is going around and let's just say they are not doing what they're supposed to do. Let's just say they're running the wrong way. At what point do you say, yeah, we're going to bench you?
Does that run the wrong way? Obviously, like, there's no, like, he's, I think part of this that we're not really talking about enough is very clearly there's a lack of depth, right? Like, clearly they don't like the wide receivers behind the 4 that they play, you know, like Ramella Murphy got 1 rep. Clearly they don't think he's good enough. Malachi's hurt, but it's Hyatt, Hunter, T-Mac, Montana, whatever it may be.
Jeremiah Patterson.
Yeah, that's it. And they clearly don't like the guys behind them to the point where they won't even punish a starter because they don't want to play him.
Well, that's again, is this the inmates running the asylum situation?
It could be, yeah.
All right. Now, one thing with the, I didn't like the thing with team. Quali Conley's a beast. I do like Quali Conley a great deal. He's very, very good. Also, Joseph said there's no way AJ Jones can't be on the field. I agree with that entirely. Come on, man. Give the kid a chance out there. It's not like
that's the other one. Like, I get it. He dropped passes in the preseason. At least he got open.
Yes. Now, let's talk a little bit about the player personnel. There have been some curious decision making looking at player snaps. First of all, why does Ryan Stewart continue to play?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's Brendan said it was an injury thing, but I don't really care. Like, it's Ryan Stewart isn't good. Like, I think Brian Peter, I know you don't like PFF, but we use it when it helps our case. Mm-hmm. Brian Peterson said that Ryan Stewart, out of 34 guards that have played a certain amount of snaps in the Big 12, Stewart is 29th. Like, he's not good. He's just not good. So why are you playing him?
He's not good. And again, but the other one that I really need to we need to talk about here is Kean Burnett. Why is Sam Olsen getting more reps than Kean Burnett?
Kean Burnett has double the rating on PFF of Olsen, is the #1 rated tight end in the West. Why is Sam Olsen playing 52 snaps to Burnett's 37?
And because
Miranda got 20 snaps.
And I guarantee you that, teams that are going against Arizona, they are more than okay with Sam Olsen playing over Kean Burnett.
And I'll say this: Olsen was open a few times, and Fifita missed him. But I just, at the end of the day, who do you want to throw the ball to more, Burnett or Olsen? Like, who do you trust more? There is nothing, and I tweeted this, probably get me in trouble. There's not one thing that Olsen does better than Burnett. He doesn't block better. He doesn't run better routes. Maybe he has and I don't want to accuse coaches of anything, but I'm going to. I think it's very interesting that the O-line coach brought Stewart from San Jose State, and Stewart still plays, and Atkins brought Olsen from San Jose State, and Olsen still plays. It's as if they're fulfilling promises that were made and not looking at what's right in front of them.
Yes, because again, Burnett is a much better football player. Will you agree with that, Sheer?
Yeah, I mean, come on, Mike.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you would agree.
I would put Olsen third. I would actually play Miranda more because at least Miranda can block.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit then about Bobby Wade. Bobby Wade, where are we?
Those things are hard to tell. Is it coaching? Is it personnel? Is it both? Like, it's hard. It's really hard to tell. It really is. Like, it's and I know, like, I obviously. No, I was going to say it right now. I haven't seen enough from Wade to say that he's doing a good job, right? Like, there's no way to say he's doing a good job. But at the same time, like, these receivers have to find a way to get open.
All right.
Like, you can't hold their hand and get them open.
What I'm also going to say, and I'm going to out you here, Sheer, because you're being very politically correct and not, but I am going to say this. You did say that this offseason, the offensive staff needs to be totally revamped. You need to get a real OC and you need to get a real quarterbacks coach. You did say this, Skier. You will not.
Yeah, I like when I tell you things on the phone and then you like publicly announce them. Thank you.
I just did.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You do it like every show. But yeah, I just feel that they need to bring in someone that knows what the identity is going to be. Like, I don't even care if it's Graham Harrell. At least with Graham Harrell, you know you're going to be like a run and shoot type of team. I just want to know what I'm watching. And I think that's fair. Like, and you need to clarify, Mike. I don't want to fire every offensive coach.
No.
I would keep Atkins.
We'd keep Atkins and we'd keep Zoe.
So Oglesby, I'm not completely against Oglesby. Babers, to me, what is he doing at this point? I think Noah Fifita needs and Lyle Moval is a great guy and all that, but he was an analyst and then you made him a coach, right? I think Noah needs the thing that we overlook is I'm not a big Jed guy, but Noah had Jed and Jimmy Doherty only coaching quarterbacks last year, right? Who's his quarterback coach? How many different is he hearing from Moval? Is he hearing from Babers? Is he hearing from Brennan? Is he hearing from Atkins? Is he being coached by 4 different dudes? Like, that could be an issue too.
Yes. Now let me ask you this though, and this is called a tease. This is going to be a 2-second delay here coming up, and Sanderson Ford. Sanderson Ford, my friends.
Wow.
Here is the deal with Sanderson. I wonder if Shane's even listening to the show. Here's the deal with Sanderson Ford. Get deals on the 2024 Ford. Oh, Shane definitely not listening to the show. Get the deal with Sanderson Ford. Get deals on the 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for 5.9% APR for 66 months plus $2,000. Must be financed through Ford Motor Credit OAC. Also, help us celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with a Dia de los Muertos inspired trunk or treat at Sanderson Ford. See dealership for details. Quick question. Do you think that Noah Fifita, if he had a Sanderson Ford right now, would be playing a little bit better?
I would assume, yeah. At least strong. I mean, you have to be strong and confident to drive a Sanderson Ford.
And that's the thing too, is that the amount of fuel, the amount of strength would just be ideal. Sanderson Ford, check it out also. Besides just Sanderson Ford, we also got to address something else. Shady Rays.
Yes.
Shady Rays.
Yeah.
Now, look at these rays. These rays right here could be yours, and they could be yours right now. Check out Shady Rays. The great thing about Shady Rays is it is very, very simple. You can get all kinds of really good deals with Shady Rays. Obviously, we like Shady Rays a great deal, so there is that. Now, Sheer, tell me a story about Shady Rays. Do you have any stories about Shady Rays?
Arizona's football, our guy Brett Gleason, where Shady Rays, the SID, Big Brett.
That picture of Brett Gleason with Shady Rays, and we like Brett Gleason a great deal. So whenever I'm picking on somebody, I'm never picking on Brett Gleason or Nate. I'm generally picking on somebody else. Shady Rays, though, exclusively for our listener, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Those, by the way, those transitions that I'm doing now with the 2-second transition, the 2-second pause where I announce it, those things are amazingly effective. I even told Jacob Franklin, I said, you know what, Jacob Franklin, I'm going to do this. And he said, let me think about it this week. I will continue to do it. I like it. Okay. Now let's talk about Duane Akina and the defense. For an old white guy, he's really got these guys cooking, Jason Scheer. I can also tell when Duane Akina is doing a good job because I stop hearing about complaints about the defense. Scheer, joking aside, this defense has been in Big 12 play. This has been a remarkable job by him.
Yeah, great job. Obviously, I like how they pared down certain personnel. Something I think the offensive side of the ball could learn from. And what I mean by that is Lance Kennelly and like some of the slower guys, for instance, did not play against Tech. Makes a lot of sense. I think Kennelly had 3 snaps. I'd like to see Marquise Gross-Killebrew play more. It's kind of a weird situation, but I trust Akina. Maybe he's not fully healthy or whatever it may be, but
Akina? Who cares if he's fully healthy?
There's no denying that the defense has been good enough this season.
Okay. So far, Duane Akina has got a passing grade from Jason Scheer.
Yeah, a lot of football to be played, though.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about we need to talk about somebody that is still dropping interceptions, though, and I have no problem with it. Tetairoa Davis. If Tetairoa Davis could catch first of all, he's very good. I would love to have his future. If Tetairoa Davis could catch the football, he would have over 900 interceptions in college. Sure, this is true.
I think you're being generous. I think it might be. I think it's more. You're not being generous. I think he should have like 1,000. It's unbelievable. And I love Tetairoa. He's great. But man, and when you think about the Tech game too, like Genesis, who I don't blame really for anything, he's great. If he makes that pick on the screen pass, right? It's like Arizona on both sides of the ball had so many opportunities to change the game with one play and couldn't do it.
Yep. One thing that does crack me up about fans, I love the fans that are saying, well, if Tyler Loop had just taken care of business, we wouldn't be in this situation. No, Tyler Loop has been Arizona's best football player this year, and it has not even been close. Tyler Loop, we need more Tyler Loop. By the way, everybody hit the like button. I still suck at that. I do apologize. But Tyler Loop has been, he's going to make a lot of money in the NFL for a long time, Jason Scheer.
Yeah, he's good. Tyler Loop, if you mess with Tyler, you mess with me, Mike, Erika, L. Day, all of us.
Now, let me ask you this. Mr. Tyler Warden, the great Mr. Tyler Warden, says, Takario is another example of this bad vibes attitude. Another dude who has been noticeably pissed with a bad body language.
I get the different vibe. I just think he's talking smack. I don't think he's mad at anything. I just think he's talking smack. Texas Tech was talking quite a bit of smack that game, and Takario was talking it back. I don't mind it.
All right, now let me ask you this, Jason Shear. A lot of people were saying, I had people ask me, hey, what Duane Akina, would you be opposed to Duane Akina as being the head coach?
I'm not going that far.
I'm just kidding. Maybe next week. Let's talk BYU. BYU. Arizona is absolutely going to beat BYU. We are putting it right now. Get your bets in. Arizona will 1,000% beat BYU.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in with that, Mike.
Okay, now Kevin WN says people need to. Sheer and I were talking about this last night. Kevin WN says if this continues into next year, BB will be gone. DRF will want to hire a new own coach. No way. That's not going to happen. The buyout's too much.
I mean, if you really want to talk about this, which I don't, it's year 3.
It's year 3. Yeah,
they can't afford them to fire him in year 1 or 2.
Yes, exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's all. We're just answering questions, Jason Shear. That's all we're doing. We're just asking questions. Look at Jason Shear. He's definitely moved his way closer into the computer screen. What are you doing? Why did you do this?
I'm getting updates from Shelby on something. I don't know.
Okay. Now, let's talk though again. We're going to get to basketball in the second half of the show. Trust me on this. Okay. Now, when it comes to we've got to talk Noah Fifita. How much of this do we put on Noah Fifita missing open guys, zeroing in on T-Mac? I mean, because that certainly does play some part of it. He has missed guys. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Noah.
Running the wrong way, though.
Yeah, I mean, if the receivers are running the wrong way, that takes some of the blame off him. He hasn't looked good. And I don't blame him completely. I mean, obviously he deserves some of the blame. He hasn't looked good. He's locked on to receivers too much. I asked Brennan if he thinks there's a confidence issue. Brennan didn't think so. I disagree. I think Noah's hesitating because there's a confidence issue, whether that's his confidence in himself or his receivers or whatever it may be. I think that the offense isn't operating, but the offense is it's just broken, right? It just is.
Now, people are asking about Eli Drinkwitz. I don't believe that he would come coach for DRF.
And DRF, the only football coach DRF has ever hired is Marcus Arroyo at UNLV.
And we would not be surprised if Marcus Arroyo does end up back here at some point.
No comment.
All right. Well, that was me throwing that one out there, not you. That was a really good one that we found out though online. We have literally gotten. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Going too deep right now, Mike.
We'll see how it goes. We do not speculate on this show.
No, we don't speculate. We don't go off topic.
Right.
We're very focused.
We are very focused. Now, let me ask you this. We got a screenshot here. Your guy, Portland Timbers, who I thought he posted something, and this has been something that has been very annoying for me pretty much all season. If we could post this, Mr. Shane Diefenbach, this screenshot would be very appreciated.
Good question by Dennis Walsh, though. If they do get rid of Brennan, what about Orlando Antigua?
That is the question. I don't know that you can actually, if Orlando Antigua, all right. I don't know that we have the, here we go. This is from Wildcat Authority. Okay. Now, let's see here. Portland Timber says a story doesn't equate to filling up a stadium. Nobody is saying that. Mike's just pointing out that Brennan's done the bare minimum to engage the community. So he'd essentially want to have his cake and eat it too. My point on Chase Kennedy is that there's no real downside to letting him tell his story or anybody else who's not named Noah or T-Mac. There's only upside. So why shut the public out when you can do minor things to increase goodwill? Also, Mike has been talking about this for weeks, including the offseason. I've been moaning about this annoying injury policy for longer. I think this is the part where I think he's spot on. Well, all of it. I think if you're going to be a CEO type that delegates game day duties to other coaches, you better be a super engaging, magnetic figure, especially in a college town. So far, Brennan has decided he wants to wall off the program as much as he can. That is the part that I still don't understand about all of this. I'm going to say it again. He's gone out of his way to not engage the fan base. And so when fans don't start showing up, it's going to be really hollow if you start saying.
Yeah, you're obsessed with this. I think you're overblowing this.
I don't.
I really do. I mean, look, I get it's an issue. I agree with you that it's an issue. It has nothing to do with anything at this point of the year. It just doesn't. I don't think any Arizona fans are showing up. More fans are showing up against Texas Tech if I'm allowed to interview Chase Kennedy.
Well, but do you think it's odd? Let me ask you this. Do you think it's odd, though, that he has basically said, and again, he's a CEO guy, that he's basically said that's not my job. Do you find that odd, Jason Scheer?
No. I don't. I mean, would I have said that on record? No, but there's a lot of coaches that feel that way, dude. Like, there's a difference in mentality. Like, Dillingham definitely feels that it's his job. Fish felt that it was his job. I have no, like, does Joey McGuire go out and say, oh man, you have to come to our games? Does Whittingham, like, it's different. I was gonna say Whittingham, but they sell out no matter what happens.
Literally no examples of only get people you gave
I
examples.
don't follow other coaches, Mike. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm telling you, I don't think Brent Brennan's the only dude in America that doesn't beg fans to go to games.
Well, I get it, but I'm just saying though, when they don't show up, then don't. That's all I'm at now. And I will not back away from this. I will remain strong.
You complain about this every single week,
and I'm going to continue to. Period. I'm going to do it. Because here's the thing: if you're not going to engage, fair enough. You better win.
Are more, if you engage and you lose, are more people going to games?
I think you get a little bit more margin for error. I do.
Not in this town. Absolutely.
I do.
In this town, if you lose, no one goes for your games. It's always been that case.
Mike, the game starts are horrible. If it was a 5:30 game start in the Stoops here, the stadium was full.
By the way, it's not the game starts. There's one reason why people don't go to games. Someone sent me this. The tickets behind the Zona Zoo and the second deck were $225 a ticket against Texas Tech. You're asking a Tucson family to pay $1,000 for 4 people to go watch Texas Tech at 8:15 at night.
Are you saying that's not money well spent?
I wouldn't pay $225 for. You know how much I paid when Nebraska went against Miami in the Rose Bowl? I was at that game.
How much?
$200. Great seat too. $200 for that game.
Oh, Cade, our buddy Cade is in here. Cade, I did say putts, but guess what? Putts is a better way. Putts is not personal, as opposed to some of the remarks you have made in the past, Cade. We're giving you a get out of jail free card, but be good. That is what we want. Okay, now, Arizona, you know what's funny about all of this year? Arizona's goals still very much intact.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing all this. I mean, like, you look at the Big 12 standings, and there's like 10 teams within one game of each other. Like, Arizona, what's like based on who's playing who, Arizona could beat BYU and be in a tie for first. It's not out of the realm of possibility here. So it's every game. I'm not used to this. In the Pac-12, you knew what 2-3 teams would always be there. Like, I think the biggest spread in a Big 12 game this week, I think, is Utah -5.5 at ASU.
All right, let's talk Justin Flo. This is one that is baffling to me. Here's what makes me laugh about the Flo and the Flowites.
I don't know why he changed his number, because I'm going to be blunt and I'm nice to the fans. I can't think of anything I care less about.
Yeah, let me ask you this, though. And by the way, we very much like Texas Tech fans. They were good folks, had a lot of good interactions. Let me ask you this, though, Scheer. I understand. So if we have with the before, we had with the folks, the spacers, those putzes. We're going to talk about those in a few minutes. The people that wanted Javier Ramos over Trey Townsend. But can we have the flowers now? The people that do not understand why Justin Flo isn't playing? I understood maybe earlier in the season when you're like, okay, how bad could Flo really be to not be able to put him out there? The defense has been really, really good. I don't understand why people are insisting on Flo.
I don't know. Where's Flo playing? Can we just stop? Can we stop?
And no fullback. You don't just put a guy in at fullback. You already got Caden Luke.
Well, yeah, you have an actual fullback. Why would you put Caden Luke? What?
No, you would put Caden Luke.
Move Caden Luke to linebacker and put Justin Flo at fullback.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Fit for Expedition says, I call them the space cases. Interesting. Okay, now, and they don't use Caden Luke. They need to use Caden Luke. By the way, everybody hit the like button. Again, very much need you all to do that. Also, really quick, since Kate is in here, and Kate, we appreciate the kind words. Why are ASU fans talking? You haven't beaten one good team all year, and you needed a last-second thing to beat Kansas.
I saw someone on their board post that it was like a monumental win for the program. Like, Kansas
1-4.
Yeah, Kansas was 1-4, guys. If ASU beats Utah this week, Sure, absolutely. Called a monumental win. Beating a 1-4 Kansas team with 12 seconds left doesn't really do anything. That game is on Friday night, by the way, Mike. Very excited.
Is that game on Friday night? Oh, very nice, very tasty.
I'll watch it from a Provo.
Oh yeah, no, that's are you flying there?
Of course, I'm flying. I'm flying right into Provo too. I'm one of those small planes, which I absolutely despise.
Oh, it's like me if I was in a fighter jet.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's only like a 60-person plane. I'm very uncomfortable, but I'm doing it for the people.
This doesn't surprise me at all. Ryan Neal, the great Ryan Neal, says the ASU PHNX show said they shocked the Big 12 in college football.
1-4 in favored at home. Like, what are we talking? It's the equivalent to Arizona beating Houston. Like, literally, if Arizona beats Houston when they face each other, there's no difference.
Hey, let me ask you this. Andy Bryant just said, is Caden Luke's nickname Big Fam? I don't hate Big Fam.
It's Big Red, but Big Fam sounds better.
Big Fam is good. I like Big Fam. Oh, Dennis Walsh just says, it's like me if I was in a fighter jet. Wop, 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 wop.
Yeah, and that was the worst part of the game. I was sitting with Erika, and there were no wop, wop, wop opportunities. There were very minimal.
No, there were literally none. There were literally none. So I don't really know what to say. I was going to put the wop, wop, wop out if Arizona won, but they didn't. So I don't know what else to say. All right, now let's get into a little bit of, we're going to get back to Arizona. We're going to get back to Arizona football here, but we also need to talk a little bit of Arizona basketball. First of all, got to hang out with Jack Murphy Friday. Jack Murphy, in case you guys haven't seen it, Jack Murphy going crazy backing the A. This is one of the best videos you will ever see. And Murph's doing a little bit of a moonwalk away from me as well. Yep, you notice that, Sheer, before he asks you if I'm okay.
Yeah, he cared about you a lot. He says, you basically, Sheer, is he okay? I say, no, this is literally just normal, Mike. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, but Murph was great, though. Murph was great. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the game. Now, you're a big spacer guy, obviously. Let's talk Trey Townsend first. Would you still
lied, by the way? You lied to Murph. You lied to Murph. I was never on the Javier Amos train. Never.
You did not like Trey Townsend.
I was skeptical about Townsend, but it never had anything to do with Javier Amos. You lied to Murph to belittle me.
Did you see Murph didn't buy the Javier Amos hype either, though, from you?
Yeah, but you lied. Actually, it was Tommy. You lied to Tommy in order to belittle me, and I was very upset.
Yeah, but either way, I was right. But Trey Townsend, though, I did get you to admit via text message again, he's very good.
I mean, I'm not basing it off the red and blue game, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah. Very good, strong. Like, what is very good?
Girthy.
Yeah, that's fine. He's girthy.
Will you say that he's girthy?
Yeah, he's a good-looking man. You know, nice parents. They were at the party.
Okay, now T-Burns 826 says, all right, T-Burns 826. Oh, by the way, Kevin WN says, Mike, how many neutrals deep were you in that video? I wasn't. That's the other thing. I wasn't even.
General Benson didn't have neutral, did they?
No, they didn't have neutral. I wasn't even drunk. That was just me being me.
At that point, you were not drunk, correct?
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I wasn't. That was just me being me. Also, T-Burns826 agrees with something else Skier says. And I agree with this as well, Skier. He says, I think Townsend will have a bigger impact than Keyshot. I agree with that. So does Jason Shear. You do agree with this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's better defensively. I think offensively, he'll absolutely have a bigger impact.
But you do think overall, at the end of the day, taking all the pluses, all the minuses, you do believe that he's going to have a bigger impact. Shear, this is true. Do not deny it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not easier than you thought it'd be. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was getting ready for
Erika, Trey Townsend, if you're watching this, Erika would like to take you out for dinner.
Yes, Erika was hitting on Trey Townsend.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, and we respect Trey because he was just focused.
Trey was totally focused. Let's talk Carter Bryant, by the way. I was talking with Reggie Geary at the tailgate. What does that guy know? And Reggie was saying the thing that surprised him about Carter, and I think this is true, is he said, I expected him to come in kind of looking like, as Brad Allis would say, Dallin Terry. Kind of a really thin whippersnapper type. He's pretty well put together.
No, he needs to gain weight and strength. But yes, he's gained weight and strength here, but he's not like overly skinny, but he definitely has to get stronger.
That's not what I know. That's not what I'm saying.
That is what you're saying. That's absolutely
no, it's not what I'm saying. I know you're pulling a smirks right now where you tell me what I'm saying and what I'm thinking when you're actually wrong. But
I'm going to text the source and see how much weight Carter has to put on.
How much weight Carter has to put on?
How much weight do you think
All right. Well, that same source that that same source that you're texting already told me that he's significantly stronger than they expected him to be at this stage.
Yeah, I didn't say he wasn't, but you're acting like you're making this dude out to be like Tobe Awaka.
Oh, let's talk Tobe Awaka. Tobe Awaka.
Large man.
Yes, very excited about that. I'm excited. I'm excited about the front court. I think the front court is going to be markedly better than last year. I do.
It depends on Grievous.
Well, duh.
Grievous needs to be able to close that gap with Umar. And if he can do that, then I would agree with you.
Trey Townsend, though, we very much like Trey Townsend. I think Tobe Awaka is going to be very solid as well. Let's talk Henry. Mr. Henry Vasar.
Henry rides or dies with Henry.
Henry started out a little iffy, a little Henry-esque, but Henry looked like he was pretty confident by the end of the game. Maybe he had his girlfriend there rooting him on.
Yeah, good for him. People want to know. This is probably bad to say. People want to know why Henry hasn't transferred. He's a very happy man, right?
Henry is doing well for himself.
He's doing well for himself in Tucson, Arizona, and has no intention of leaving his situation.
No. Henry is 1,000% going to be the guy that he's like, you know what? No matter what, I am happy here.
Yeah. As well, he should be.
Arizona is making sure that Henry, I almost said Henry Awaka, that Henry Vasar is taken care of. Okay, now let's talk a little bit.
Yes, Nick Arenas. Grievous is going to. Umar Ballo, I actually don't think it's a great fit for Indiana.
Yes, I agree with that. Now, let's also, this is called a tease coming up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tease and then I'm going to pause for 2 seconds.
I'm excited. And go.
All right. Everybody, you know what time it is. Wave time. Come on. Get the wave going. Get the wave going. Everybody in there, do not ignore the wave. Again, and people are trying to put in the wave when it comes to Gila River Resorts and Casinos, and they're just typing in wave. You need to put the wave in there. Check it out, Sheer. Let me see it again. Okay.
My wave is so much better than yours.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. The position is Kevin Thomas. I see that, Joseph. No wave like that. Dennis Walsh has the wave.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. No, but either way.
How do you pick people out?
Now, you might say to yourself, oh, I saw P. Hoff, by the way, Palmer Hoffman. Oh, I got a story about a lady that was talking about me being my girlfriend when we were leaving the game. This is a good story. But either way, the Gila River Resorts and Casinos, a fun, immersive experience. Check it out. You could be like all of these folks right here with the wave, or the trickle, Kevin Thomas, the St. Lunatic. And again, go there, Sheer. Check it out. Sheer, have you ever stayed there, actually?
No, I haven't. Do I need to?
You do. You absolutely need to. But you know what would also look amazingly? You know what would also look amazing?
What, Mike?
If you went to the Gila River Resorts and Casinos and you had branded bills.
Yes. Yes. Premium headwear and apparel save 20% with code PHNX.
Oh, hey, by the way, you know what would be even better for branded bills? If they had a wave cap.
I'm sure they do. I'm going to look this up.
No, that would be really, really good. So again, check it out to Branded Bills. Check it out though. And like I said, Sheer's going to be getting Wildcat Authority hats. And I think Sheer's going to go through Branded Bills. This is true, Sheer.
Yeah, I am. 100%.
Okay, now head to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. Okay, now again, get Branded Bills. You will thank me later and maybe with the wave. Okay, as we were leaving, and this is right when I saw almost right after I saw P. Hoff. So I guess some lady who knew who I was, she said about me, this is true. I have witnesses. She said, he looks like he'd be a lot of fun, but he would be a lot of work. I think
that's accurate.
I think that's actually fair. I think that's fair across the board. A lot of fun, a lot of work. Maybe I'll put that as my, maybe I'll put that next to the wave. But all right, now let's talk Anthony Del Orso. The staff loves ADO, Australia's finest. He's a shooter. He is a spacer extraordinaire.
Spacers.
But he's a real shooter, though. He's not one of these fake shooters that shoots.
He won the Papa Shot competition as well at Gentle Bend. So, Pop Shot?
Right.
He won. Del Orso won. He beat Conrad.
Well, all right, but Del Orso's good. I'm not saying Conrad's good, but I'm saying Del Orso.
No, I'm just saying that was some exclusive news. They did the Pop a Shot, whatever it's called, contest, and
You know,
I like Del Orso. I'm surprised by him. He's one of these players that might be better surrounded by more talent. A lot of times there's that you go from Campbell to Arizona and you might look like Cedric Henderson, who's kind of the same player, I don't think Del Orso is the same player.
I'm totally fine with Sed as a seventh guy.
Said was said though. Like he played like he did at Campbell. And a lot of times he disappeared.
I don't know that he disappeared.
I didn't hate Said, but he disappeared in like every big game.
Yeah, yes. That's fair. That's fair. I was trying to think of an example where hey, wait a second, disappearing in big games. Pella Larson, March Pella.
March Pella was fine. Pella's fine. Pella's in the NBA, so.
All right. Yes, does he shot? Yeah, but either way, he's good though. Del Orso. Oh, I like this. Mr. Tyler Warden says Del Orso is like a big Italian Gabe York. I like it.
He's Australian, but I'll take it.
We need to clarify this. This is like when people say that Giannis is Greek. Sure, but that doesn't mean
Giannis
that
is Greek.
Is Giannis's family indigenous to Greece?
He grew up in Greece. What do you mean?
So do you think that he's ethnically Greek?
He is Greek. I don't understand your question.
If your parents are not from a place,
where are Giannis's parents from?
Oh, I don't know. Eritrea?
What? What are you talking about?
I guarantee you they're not from Greece.
Why?
Look it up. Oh, look up. Where are you?
Born and raised in Athens, Georgia, and his parents were Nigerian. But he was born and raised in Greece.
But he's ethnically Nigerian, though.
I don't understand what you're saying here.
What I'm saying, though, is that Anthony Del Orso ethnically is likely Italian, not Australian.
What are you talking about?
I'm right. You're wrong.
No, he's Greek. So Giannis to you is Nigerian.
Ethnically, yes.
So he should be playing for the Nigerian Olympic team.
Play for the Nigerian team if he wants to.
Like he's Greek. His name is Giannis.
Well, that's fine, but he's not.
Like, you're talking about two different things. This is like when you once tried to convince me that I wasn't American, I was Jewish.
I mean, well, ethnically, you are Jewish.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know what else. This isn't. This doesn't.
Well, this is our last episode of the PHNX podcast. Mike is getting canceled, and in front of our eyes, folks.
Guess who has joined the fray? The lovely Erika L. Day, back from
say whatever you want at this point.
Back from Gentle Ben's, mingling with the players, probably showing them the wave.
I was doing the wave. I was indeed.
Oh, do you have fresh tips on your nails?
They're not fresh. You saw them a few days ago.
The same ones?
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about oh yeah, by the way, Mike. No, Carl, I'm agreeing. I'm saying that ethnically Giannis is not Greek. He's nationally Greek. That's where I'm at. Okay. Either way, Erika L. Day, our sideline reporter, Erika L. Day, the great Erika L. Day, the future Hannah Storm of the Southwest. You probably don't know who this is.
This is true. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know who
Hannah Storm is? You got to do someone recent.
Michelle Tafoya.
No, Michelle Tafoya. You're the Doris Burke.
Michelle Tafoya is.
Yeah, I know who Doris is.
See, Michelle Tafoya has been retired for like 10 years, and now she's a super active Republican talk person.
Mike, I was only like 10 years. I was only like 10 years
Erika's
old 10 years
18
ago.
years old, Mike.
Erika also doesn't know who Joe Pesci is, so that's fair.
Yeah.
You don't know how to spell it, and you put the tweet out.
Oh, by the way,
story the other day, I asked Erika if she was going home or going to get a drink, and Brian Peterson was shocked because he thought she was under 21.
Erika L. Day?
Yeah.
Erika
Cindy Brunson, that's a good one. You know who Cindy Brunson is.
Thank you, Shane. Agreed.
Exactly. Now, Nick Arenas, Erika L. Day was talking with Trey Townsend. This is very true. This is true. We saw
I would like to fess up and say that Trey Townsend was talking to me.
Yeah, that's
Erika L. Townsend. Not
no,
bad.
Trey L. Townsend. This is much
That's
better.
not bad either.
Well, he's gonna have to fight with Kobe L. Thiel for that title.
That's a good point.
Okay. Erika, you're our sideline reporter, though. Give us the vibes after the post game, though. You came to us live from the field.
Well, I see some people talking about it already. I didn't have an epic flaming of Brent Brennan after this.
You flamed him more than I did, even.
You basically spit on the camera, from what I remember.
Okay, but I will say, and I said this on Friday or Saturday, he seemed mad, and I don't think I've seen Brent mad so far. And like I
Brent.
said on Twitter, I don't think that you can be 6 games into the season and not be taking responsibility for your players running the wrong routes. That to me is unacceptable, personally. 6 games into the season.
Yeah, I agree with it. But at the end of the day, though, how are we at this point? That's my question. How are we halfway into the season and players are running the wrong routes?
I don't know. I think that, like you've said, there's no identity here. So there's nothing to fall back on when things aren't going well for them. The only identity, Sheer and I talked about this on Saturday, is the delayed handoffs. Oh, you can get the handoff done within 8 seconds? Perfect. Cool, I guess.
That's a great point. Is that the identity of the offense, the delayed handoff? Is that really what they cook with?
Well, and if that's what it is, they need to find something else and they need to do it quickly because it's obviously not working for them.
Maybe they just say that we left a lot on the field at that point. Sure. What do you think about the delayed handoff actually being their kind of go-to play at this point?
I don't mind the delayed handoff as much as some others, but on 3rd and 1, it's stupid. Like, why are you pulling guards on 3rd and 1? Just line up and go get a freaking yard. Like, you ran 3 plays in a row where, like, you pulled guards. Just line up. You have this big dude named Caden Luke. Put Quali behind him. Hand the ball to Quali and run forward.
You call him big. You mean you have big fam behind him?
Big fam. I just don't understand. Like, and it goes back to my point earlier in the show. I think Arizona is trying to outthink itself. Like, it's not complicated. Football's not complicated. Like, when Oregon was good, right? And I know Chip Kelly isn't the same Chip Kelly. Oregon's offense was what? Like 5 plays?
Yes, exactly. But it all worked though, and they were all some screen pass.
Like how many plays do you think Joey McGuire has in his playbook?
I don't know, but when I look at the Brent Brennan, Dino Babers, Matt Adkins playbook, I think innovation at its finest. Innovating so much that you're going back 25 years.
Yeah.
That was very funny. David Veenstra says when Oregon was good, Oregon's 3rd in the country this year, dummy.
No, when Chip was good.
You said Oregon.
No, I said when Chip was good with Oregon.
No, you did say when Oregon was good.
You said when
Oregon. It was Chip.
All right. No, by the way, Tyler McDowell, this is something really that we need to be very, very clear about for $1.99 Super Snap. Mike applying for Circle K tomorrow. Back the day. Hashtag. Yes, I am applying for Circle K tomorrow. I am excited about this. But again, we all know the parameters, though. I have a very specific. I run a tight ship. 4 hours per month, only at the one on 6th Street. That's it. No more.
You might need more hours after they cancel you for the nationalism nonsense.
I'm going to say, when I get fired after today's episode, I'm going to have to apply for a full-time position at Circle K. Guess what? I would already say I got the hat.
He's got the apparel lined up, folks. He just needs a t-shirt. Yes.
Now, all right. Let's see. I want Caden Luke to get another 4 to 5 carries per game. P. Hoff said that. I do feel that Caden Luke has a role that he can establish. You talk about girth. I mean, that's Caden Luke to its fullest.
Very girthy.
Erika Alday, what do you think?
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, a big boy, very girthy guy.
Let me ask you this. Is a month from now, let's look into the kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope?
Nope, not at all. Kaleidoscope's the one with the shapes stuff. But you go. You're cooking right now. Go ahead.
All right, let's look into the Arizona football kaleidoscope with Brent Brennan. I don't know if that works or not.
No, the kaleidoscope is not the thing you're looking for.
Yeah, the microscope.
Yes, there we go.
The microscope. All right, now, where are we a month from now? I think that's a fair question because we'll have been through BYU. We'll have been through Colorado. Where are we a month from now? Are we sitting here talking about how we still have players running in the wrong direction?
Listen, me personally, I think they beat BYU, and we get to call them a road team, and that's going to be the identity of this team moving forward.
A road team.
Yeah.
I think Arizona is going 2-2 in its next 4 games.
Also, we need to be very clear about something. If it comes down to only winning one of the next 2, it has to be Colorado.
Agreed. Yes. Absolutely agreed.
It has to be Colorado. By the way, we've got a huge rooting guide coming up this week. We've got Utah against ASU, Colorado against Kansas State. Who are smelly, rainy Seattle?
At Iowa.
Oh, hell, that game's gross.
We got a big
rooting guide coming up.
Yeah, okay. I'm checking that, seeing if the Arizona spread has moved for you.
All right, now let's see here. Joseph says, I honestly don't think our offense can keep up with Colorado's. I'm so sorry. But maybe if they, I don't know that I necessarily.
Dude, that BYU spread is plummeting for Arizona.
What is it?
No, that's not right. BYU opened at 2.5. It's now 4.5 BYU. Vegas is winning right now, and people have no idea. People saw Arizona lose to Texas Tech. BYU small spread. The public bet heavy on it. You're going to see it get smaller game time. It's a big trick. People are falling.
This is one of these things where Brent Brennan really is playing chess, not checkers, though, where he's basically saying to himself, all right, we're going to, we wanted to basically give people the wrong impression. And then we're going to go into the number one team in the Big 12, and we are going to smack them. Boo, boo.
I think what we have to consider, Mike, is very similar to the Utah game. Why would you empty your playbook against Texas Tech? BYU's undefeated. That's the bigger game. Now, Saturday, you just let it fly.
Oh, by the way, Ron, you're wrong about this. I owe Veal and Malulu a huge apology. No, they were both terrible. You saw.
What does that mean? Yeah, what are you talking about?
You saw the right thing.
Although,
okay.
Do you know that Malulu's son is a freshman at Bosco and very good?
Okay, by the way, PHNX Sports, a.k.a. the prodigious Kevin Thomas, the St. Lunatic, says, we are not in a position to hold back our playbook. Erika Elday, I see you disagreeing with him, saying we are in a position. We are in a position of strength right now.
No, I was actually just about to interrupt you and say, if he is playing chess, not checkers, he needs to stop and put the chess pieces down because we want to win football games. We don't want to play chess. Exactly what our good guy Kevin Thomas said. We are not in a position to do so. And so if that's the plan in order to beat BYU, it's a bad plan. Yeah,
but this is something, though, joking aside. This was the year. By the way, at Mike. Who's Mike? Who's at Mike? Oh, that's me. Jesus VAZ says, at Mike, no matter what happens, does Brennan hire a young OC next year? I was like, who the heck's at Mike?
I think he does. I think Brennan, I think Babers is gone. I'm very curious what happens with Atkins. I think he hires an OC and gives Atkins a title, because technically Atkins' title hasn't changed. But you got to hire a real QB. He's going to have a come to Jesus moment.
A come to Jesus moment at Mike. It's so good. Okay, now let's see.
By the way, the answer is for Carter, none. They like him where he's at.
I would give you the middle finger right now because that's the answer that I knew that you would get, Sheer. You're asking the person that literally told me that. All right.
No.
What's that?
No, I'm not.
No, is it the other one then?
No, it's none of your business.
Okay. Let's see.
Erika's future husband, I'm asking.
What's that?
I asked Erika's future husband.
Kobe on Thiel?
Yeah.
Can't say it. Never mind.
All right, now let's see here. A lot of people asking about Dilly and Brennan. Dilly's done a good job. I got to say, though, they haven't beaten anybody, but Dilly's done a good job.
Ask me Friday night. Yes, if Arizona State goes and gets their butt whoops by Utah, what has ASU done?
Nothing.
They beat a 1-4 football team, one of the worst teams in the country in Mississippi State, a Texas State team who's not even Power 4, and then a Wyoming team who's atrocious. Those are their wins.
No, I get it. I totally agree.
Oh, no, Mike, I don't think you do agree. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, by the way, Laura L. Day, or Laura, is it Laura L. Day?
It actually is Laura L. Day.
Laura Leah Day.
LL Day?
We all have the same middle name.
Yeah,
yes.
with
Whoa, wait. Did you just hear that, Mike?
What?
They all have the same middle name.
All the women in my family.
Even Tom Day?
No, the women.
Tom Lauren Day. That's awesome.
Tom Lauren Day? Is that really your dad's name?
No. Although he did want me to tell you that he can deal with the wrong name stuff, but if you call him Tommy, it's on site.
Oh.
Verbatim. His mouth.
Wait, I thought it was John. It's Tom?
It is.
It's Tom.
It is John. No, it's John. And Mike is just wildly incorrect.
So it's not Tom? There's no Tom there at all?
There is no Tom. No Tom.
His name is officially Tom. Nice try.
Oh my gosh.
Liar.
You call your dad the wrong name this whole time?
No, that's his name. His real name is Tom.
No, it's not Tom. It's Thomas. And he will actually kill me for talking about this publicly.
Does he go by the Thomas gun?
No. And he doesn't go by anything Thomas related.
Dude, this is great because Shelby's name, dad's name, is David, but he hates it. So he goes by his middle name, which is Mike. You can't call him David.
Mike as well.
Yeah.
Mike, you were literally just complaining about your name being boring the other day.
No, but I would go by
to
Mike.
Tommy Lloyd. You were like, I wish I had your name.
I would go by Mike over Shelby.
So is it Thomas John Day?
Yeah, Tom John Day.
TJ Day?
TJ Day. No, TJ.
Yeah.
DJ Day is great. Okay, let's get back to it. You guys are getting me off track here. All right, let's get back to a little bit of Arizona basketball with the Wave in there. All right, now
That's a good
No,
question.
you know what,
What are his thoughts on Tomas?
No, I've got some thoughts after Friday, because it was my red and blue game, first time seeing Carter Bryant in the Arizona Threads. I just want to say, and I said this on the show, my dad said popping in to say, stop with the Tommy nonsense.
yeah, bring him
But
in.
listen,
Bring him in here.
no.
Get him in right now.
Carter Bryant, I've never seen a happier Wildcat in my life. Dude
Doesn't
is so
he look so happy.
to be in Tucson. Dude has this aura about him that I've never seen. I haven't seen on a college athlete in quite some time. And I was talking about this, the aura of college athletes has kind of gone away. It's all about what can I do or what can the school do for me as an athlete? And Carter Bryant screams, what can I do to bring a title back to Tucson? And it's just something I haven't seen from a college athlete in a long time.
By the way, Deshaun, we got to talk with Deshaun Bryant there as well. He came up to me and Sheer, or he came up to, and he's like, you guys are crazy on Twitter. Get in line there, Deshaun. We like Deshaun a great deal, though. Great family. I will say this, though, that I would expect, I don't know that I necessarily expect a 2-1. I think this could be a one and done situation here. He has very, very much impressed the coaching staff. Very much impressed. Yeah. John Bartelt says, can Carter Bryant play wide receiver? I don't know that he can't.
Yeah, I agreed.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where it's at. Also, we need to talk Koa Pete. Skier, what do you got?
Koa enjoyed his visit quite a bit. We'll see what happens with Duke and other schools. But Koa did enjoy it. He did not commit, wasn't expected to commit, but did enjoy it.
We got to get Koa and Braden Burries. Those are direct orders from somebody on the staff. We need to get both of them, Jason Shear. This is true. Not one, not
Yes.
0, 2.
Yes, absolutely. The whole class and the success of the class will be based off those two guys.
And yes, Joseph, of course, Gilbert Arenas didn't show. It would have been more likely had he shown than if he had not shown. Richard Jefferson, though, and Channing Frye were both there. They did a good job. Did you talk with them, Erika, all day?
I introduced myself. Of course I did.
Okay.
I told him it was lovely to meet me.
Okay, well, duh. What quarterbacks is stopping Emmanuel Steven in the flats? I like that. You got players that could probably help out on the football team.
Toby could definitely play football.
Right. Yes, Brian Tassel. I agree with this. I don't want to be this guy, and I'm going to keep saying this. Brian says, I was at the game. Conrad Martinez. Conrad can't be the backup. I agree.
Why not? Is it because he's
Agreed.
Spanish?
I'm saying that.
Is it because of his nationality?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not from Greece.
Now, Kevin WN says, let's see here. Did Antonio Pierce host the parents by any chance? That was very, very interesting. P Hoff says, could we find Flo 2 to 5 minutes a game on the court? I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Okay, so wait, you guys don't want him to be a part of the defense, but now suddenly he can play basketball. I don't agree.
There's people that like, I just.
It was me on Saturday to you, Sheer. I was complaining about the lack of flow.
Yeah, you were, and I told you to shut up, I think. I got very upset.
Pretty much.
The flow thing upsets me greatly.
Yes, Sheer, you're right. You're not on tomorrow. Yeah, Sheer's great. Listen to this. Sheer just messaged me. Someone trying to schedule.
This is what I'm talking. I can't even text you. BYU people I'm very loved in Provo, Mike. It's very weird.
You should. Okay, now we are going to tomorrow, though. We have a lot to get to, a very scrumptious show. But also, this show today is brought to you by Branded Bills, my friend. Branded Bills. We're going to get a wave on the Branded Bills. Also, Skier, where can they find you doing all your work?
Wearing my Branded Bills, hopping in a Circle K to gas up before I go to the Gila River Casino. But the sun's not in my eyes because I'm wearing my Shady Rays. And Wildcat Authority and Wildcat Scoop podcast.
By the way, that's what I also do. When Sheer picks me up, I'm also gassing up before as well.
Yeah, you're gassing up. You're gassing out. You're gassing in.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Zona Zoo tomorrow, TLN. Now, Erika all day, where can they find you doing your work? A woman of many moons.
This is true. You can find me on Twitter at Erika Lee Day. Kevin Thomas, you're going to have to add my little name here. But also over on the PHNX Mercury podcast, there's something special coming later this week. I'm really excited. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but if you follow me on Twitter, you will know in no time.
All right. What is it?
I'm not telling you. It's a secret.
Oh.
Okay, fair enough. All right. On that note, though, I am merely Mike Luke. We will be back with you tomorrow. By the way, Mr. Tyler Warden says TLN and I will be insufferable about the crowd tomorrow. Just an FYI. Yes, you should. We are going to talk about the crowd. I have some thoughts. Dennis Walsh says back the A, back the L day, back the Mike, back the Tom John day, back here, back the fashionable Kevin Thomas, and what. Also, go ahead and like it, everybody. Very much appreciate you all. Oh, also, no better time to become PHNX diehard. Now, Kevin Thomas, you can pull this up. Come on, Kevin Thomas. The diehard membership, free t-shirt of your choice, access to premium written discount or content, entrance to the Discord lounge, discounts on all events, and also the tight end whisperer himself, Ben One White, on the post-game shows as well. But on that note, very much appreciate you all tuning into the AZ Wildcats podcast. I am your host. I'm merely Mike Luke, for the lovely Erika L. Day, for the stone cold Jason Shear, for the Saint Lunatic behind the scene, Kevin Thomas. You are all fantastic. We'll be back with you tomorrow. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
We all silly like the mayor.